Today we're playing a brand new game mode called Chimpoppable. This is a community made game mode which goes like this. The rules are actually very interesting. They're a combination of Chimps and Impoppable mode. So for example, we're starting with $720 with 1 life, and obviously we have no selling, no monkey knowledge, no powers, but we're also starting around 9, and then the end round is 120. Now because Impoppable mode allows farming and Chimps mode doesn't, the way that they made this game mode is that they banned banana farms, but they allowed farming from other sources. And you guys can kind of see that, for example, if you go for the Buccaneer, like the favorite trades and stuff like that at the bomb pad, you can make a lot of money from it. So I think that we're going to be playing cornfield. We're not going to be using that, but I do want to be farming in these other ways that are allowed. So for example, maybe like a millipede sniper, which is not exactly the most effective way to do it, but we're going to try and do it. And let's see how difficult this whole game mode is. So up to round 120, it should be interesting. Okay, so let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to try an engine, a dart start, which normally does work in these normal games on cornfield. And I'm going to place the engine in one of these secret spots. So it's going to go like, if I can find it though, I just saw it a second ago. Yeah, there we go. So let's have it like this, and then I want to have it on last, by the way, because it's going to shoot out in straight line. And then I want to get a dart monkey, which is going to go like this. I think this is going to be fine, so it attacks down these straight lines. And it actually worked. Okay, so they defended the first round. Let's see how we're going to do versus round 10. I actually don't think that they're going to defend it. I think that we're going to have to buy something else. So we just got the money for a second dart. And because this engine lacks pierce, we don't have the oversized nails yet. I think I'm going to have to place another dart monkey, but I just want to see how it goes, just in case. And yeah, here it comes. So this is basically a problem. So maybe another one like next to it, because I want to save the space. So hopefully these two are going to be enough. I really want to get Geraldo as soon as, I think they're going to be enough. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I want to get Geraldo as soon as possible. And I do want to get Geraldo for one specific reason. I'm not going to try and cheese the farming with the NFT, by the way, with the action figure. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm actually not even going to buy the action figure at all. I do think that the hardest part of this whole run is just going to be surviving these early rounds, like rounds like this one, for example, 15. So I'm kind of thankful that we got Geraldo, because we can intervene with the spikes, and maybe we're gonna have to, we're actually gonna have to do it on this round. It's very good. Hopefully one is not gonna be enough. Let's buy 2 sets of spikes. And yeah, that was minus $120, but you know what, I'm actually gonna take that, because that is a lot cheaper than just buying a dump tower that wasn't gonna do anything. And the spikes are actually doing a lot more work on 16, it seems like. Okay, very good. So let me get the oversized nails. I think that the second we get the pen into the double gun, we're gonna stabilize. So let's just work towards getting that thing, and then maybe we're going to try and figure out how do we want to start the farming, because the prices are impoppable, so everything is super expensive. And then keep in mind, we have a lot of corn to remove. Okay, let's actually... I missed that, but it's going to go into the road spikes, and here these guys are. I mean, $120 that we spent, but these guys are actually saving the game kind of in their own way. And I know that this is a weird placement for the sniper, but I just need to deal with the lead balloons on 28 and 30, and then we're gonna be fine. And so this guy can kind of see down this straight line, and I should be able to pop all the lead balloons in the range of the NG. I know we're about to see how that thing is gonna work. Do we drop the glue? I think it's gonna be fine. If we deal with this one, we're going to deal with round 30 for sure, because round 30 it also has lead balloons, but those ones are a lot more spread out. So if we deal with these guys, which we do, yeah, we're going to find on the next one. So we have a lot of things going against us, like playing up to round 20, the increased prices on Impoppable mode, no monkey knowledge, no selling of these towers and stuff like that, and no farming. But I do want to, I'm not going to hold myself back in defending. So I do want to get an Apache Prime, and I'm sure that you guys have not seen that tower in a very long time. And that's because, I don't know, I think it has kind of a mixed feelings. I mean, it does its job, but I think it's kind of, it might be a little bit underwhelming in some situations. So for example, up to round 100, it's probably going to win the entire thing, but up to round 120, that's a little bit questionable. So, oh, wait a second. Let's do this, give it a little bit of extra pierce, and then who's getting the camo? Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for the bigger jets in the IFR, and I know that this is the worst crosspath in terms of damage, but I'm a huge fan of the move speed that the heli gets actually from the bear jets. I was saying that, and we still don't have Jerry's fire for the... let's try and patch things up with glue. And if you get the Jerry's fire, it now follows the heli, which you guys probably know. Can we actually buy... Oh, what am I talking about? We can buy the Razor Rose. I think we just got the money for it. That's why I kind of missed it. Yeah, I was kind of close. We're spending way too much money. We need to get this farming going, because even if we just get the Apache Prime, that's still not going to be enough to defend up until around 120. So we're going to need something else to defend as well. But first off, this. Can we get the Berserker Brew? Barely. $70 left. Okay, very good, very good. Hopefully this is enough to clean out the entire Moab, because if it's not, we only have it. Oh my god, we only have money for one set of road spikes. But that's fine, because it popped in range of the engine. That's very good. Okay, it's the 40s, and we are kind of defending, but I do want to be getting the millipede snipers kind of slowly, so that we start getting some farms going. And I know this is going to be a top hat with the millipede, which is just not the way to do it. It's absolutely not the way to do it. But I already bought this thing and we cannot sell it, and I don't know what else we can use it for. Maybe we could have bought something like a 420 later on or something like that, but I think I'm just gonna use this as a farming tool for now. So I'm just gonna have this thing. Am I buying the large cow? I think I am. Let's buy it as a 230. Let's switch it back to first. So let's see if we survive this round, and then if we do, I'm gonna Jerry's fire it, and then we're going straight up for the supply drop and try to farm. So these ceramics are the most important ones basically, and we defeat them. Okay, very good. So let me get the supply drop now to get the cooldown going, and then after this round ends, I'm going to give the heli a Jerry's fire. Just wait for it to end. There we go. So this is gonna become active around 50, so it's gonna disappear on 59. But that's completely fine because this thing now has a lot of extra damage, and this should allow it, with the help of the sniper, to survive for the next few rounds, I think. And the first supply drop is ready, and let's get 1.2k for us. There we go. I mean, we are farming, guys. Who said we're not farming? I really want to get the Regev potion. When we get the Regev, that's when things are gonna start becoming a little bit more interesting. If we get like a couple of snipers, and that's when we get a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, but like a little bit more than we have now. But look at this heli go. I love this combo. So because they made it work like this, the Jerry's fire to follow the actual heli instead of the platform, now this heli is amazing on maps like this, especially one-track maps. I mean, look at this thing go. It only has a 320 alchemist, 320 heli, and then a Jerry's fire, which honestly doesn't even cost that much by itself. Let's use the other supply drop, by the way. This is supply drop number 2. So 2.4k made. Yeah, this type of farming is very slow, guys. This is gonna take a while until it starts making money. Let me get the bouncing bullet. Oh, actually, the fire is gonna, Jerry's fire is gonna run out. So let me use this thing, and then look at this. I can Regev this, and we're gonna be netting $600 because this costs 2.4k and we get 3,000. So that's plus 6. I mean, that's some smart farming right there, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna greed this thing out a little bit, just a little bit. So one more supply drop ability, and then I'm gonna buy this one. Well, that was the elite one, but I'm gonna buy the supply drop, and now I'm gonna be getting stuff like the alchemist in the village for these guys. So it's just 63. And I think that we're actually going to have no problem in defeating this just because we have the snipers going, although... Oh, and I'm just now realizing, wait a minute, we cannot do this. We cannot give it the sharpening stone because we went for the 250. That took me... No, I should have realized this instantly, but we can give this guy, I guess that's better than nothing. This is like a consolation prize. This is like a third place prize or something like that. But it's fine, we're gonna have to take it. It is what it is. I'm so tempted to buy one more. I'm so tempted, it's crazy. And I take a look at the rounds and I see around 120, so that means there's gonna be more time for them to pay themselves off. And I look at 2 Regev potions. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it. I'm actually gonna do it. Yep. I'm gonna wait for these guys. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. We have a lot of money to make, so let me wait for the cooldown on the new one. Is everything up? Yes, everything's up. Okay, so we're gonna do it like this. Let me use the elite sniper, collect from these guys. No supply drop money yet, so let's Regev. Let's use it again. Let's get the supply drop, the new one, and then... Oh, I don't have the money for the Regev. No, that's super close. Okay, so we're gonna Regev, I guess, when we get it, but I'm gonna stop it. That's it. I'm not buying anymore. That's it. That was the last one. Let's actually get a dark champion. We're gonna be facing around 80 in a second. Let me buy it like this. It's gonna be a 203 into a 204, and I'm buying more towers for this alchemist, by the way. I know this one's only buffing 1 tower, so this one is actually fine with buffing 2 towers. It's a 420. Okay, so around 80, we do have another Regev and elite sniper combo. So let me use this thing, collect some cash, spend 2.4k to make... We're at 80. We're at 19,000, so we make about 6k. I think 6 point something, 6,500. Let's call it. Yeah, that's a nice trade-off. I mean, that's fine. What is with Ninja Q and these price numbers? So this one is 66,665. Why not 666? I don't get this. They also do this. If you guys notice, there are a couple of towers in the game that have the exact same price. So it's the Archmage, it's the Energizer sub, and what else was it? Was the Comanche Commander. There's like 5 of them, I think, and they all cost. If you take a look at their costs on hard mode, it's a very memorable number. It's 34560, 34,560. So my question is, why not make it 34567? It's there. It's right there. I mean, this thing is, well, just add $1, guys. Come on. Maybe do we get support, or do we just give him raw damage with some towers that we don't usually use that much? I don't know. Let's buy him now, and let's make sure that... Oh, actually, we have an elite sniper ability, so let's do it like this. Let me check the Regevs. No Regevs yet. So let me move this guy like this, And maybe we want to set up some buffing stations for him, right? Because we're going to be dog shifting him a lot, I think. So let's have one village like this, and then one 420 alchemist. Am I overdoing this? We have this area in which he's going to be able to basically do a lot of damage, and he's going to be getting some nice buffs. And then we can dog shift here, and then he's going to be under another alchemist in our village. I think that's good. I think it's very good. Should I make good on my Apache Prime promise? It's a super expensive tower, I'm going to be honest. And this is probably not, I mean, it's the map for it, but I don't know. Let's buy it. Sure, let's get the Apache Prime. Look at that price. It's 54,000. Actually, if you take a look at the prices of the Apache Dark Ship and the Apache Prime, they're actually more expensive than the Dark Champion and the Dark Knight combined, which is kind of crazy because I think that the Dark Champion is a little bit better than both of those guys. I mean, it does cover the entire map, yeah, for sure. You know what? Let's actually give it Jerry's Fire so he gets a little bit more damage. And what else are we doing? I think that I'm just gonna keep doing this thing. So we have 2 rejuffs. So as soon as these guys come off cooldown, we can make some money. And then I think that we're gonna be kind of close to the Apache Prime, if not exactly there, because we're on round 98 soonish, and we're making a lot of money on these rounds. And then after round 100 is where the actual fun is gonna start. So let's use this thing. Let's get our $6,500. Let's use this thing. We're gonna have 2 combos, and then maybe we're gonna save the rejuffs for some actual abilities, like for example maybe a Sabo, stuff like that. But this is right on the money for the Apache Prime. Very good. So let's get the Apache Prime now. And then the Apache Prime is actually going to need, yeah, this is another expense for it. You're gonna need to give it an MIB because the missiles it launches cannot hit DDTs. It's only the lasers, and it's not exactly that strong. So let's give it the MIB. The way that I want to get ready for these guys is just by buying a lot of support towers. I do want to get something like, maybe like a, is that too much to ask to get a super builder? Oh, by the way, oh no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, is this gonna be fine? Wait a minute, we're gonna have more than one bad balloon because they're gonna be bad in round 119. How are we doing with this one? Okay, so we defeated this one. Let's move this guy back. Okay, so this is no joke. Let's actually get serious about this one. Oh my god, look at these DTs. Those are 45 ones. Yeah, we need a lot more damage. So this is kind of the problem that I have with the Apache Prime. You guys see what's happening? It's a super expensive tower, but I think that the majority, if we compare the amount of damage done, I think that, oh yeah, for sure, the Dark Champion is going to have a lot more damage. And keep in mind, this guy's range is, well, it's not limited, but it's kind of limited, right? Because we're not going to be dog shifting it all the times. But we need to buy probably one more buffing station for the Dark Champion. Maybe like this here towards the end. Or just maybe buy some support towers. I think it's time for support towers. Okay, so let's do it like this. Let's get some camo detection going. Let's make sure to have the glue outside the range of the, yes, outside the range of the alchemist. And oh, let's dog shift towards the back. This is going to be fine. Oh my god, this is actually kind of difficult. What? Let me get relentless glue. Let's move this guy back. I think this is gonna be fine. And then what? Am I getting Geraldo's genie? What? Let me get the genie. What is happening? These guys are leaking. No way. Let me get. Am I getting one more relentless glue? I think I am actually. Where do I want to have it? Like this? I just want to have it outside the range of the alchemist. That's the most important thing. But I think that these alchemists cover almost everything, so it's probably impossible. What is happening? Oh my god! These rounds are actually becoming more difficult. Let's move this guy towards the back. I think we're gonna need some slows, some stuns and stuff like that. So actually, if you guys remember, I made this guy 250, and I think that I said it would have been a good idea to make this guy like a 420. Maybe we could have bought something like a 420 later on or something like that. I'm starting to regret that I didn't do that. I should have went for a 052 and then just have this guy as like a 420 or something like that. So we would have had a stronger elite sniper, but also this guy would have been able to stun stuff. So I guess it's gonna be fine now. Where do I place these guys here? There are no more spots left. Okay, so let me remove this thing. Let me buy one more buffing station for the Dark Champion just in case, and it's gonna go like this. Am I using an ability, by the way? Let me just Sabo. So we're gonna have the super go like this. The Alchemist can go like this, so that means that we can have our 420 snipers. Is that gonna be plural? We're gonna be getting more than one for sure. Okay, so let me use the, how's the Saba going? So one of them expired. Let me use the second one, and then I don't think I'm gonna be buying a third one because we're gonna have rejuffs. I don't think we're gonna be using the rejuffs for farming anymore, guys. I think that's about it. And then what else? Let's do one more relentless go, I think, here towards the back. One more round of these farming abilities, and then I have a rejuff. Do I use it? I think I'm going to use the Sabo and I'm going to use the rejuff so we get the cooldowns back, so we can hit a couple of birds with one stone, and that is, we're going to have both of our Sabos back. So that's money for one more main Moab, and I think, do we stop it here? Let's just use the other Sabo, so let's go like this. Actually go for the glue storm, yeah, that's fine. And I want to buy here towards the back because in case there are some small balloons, This is the normal auto attack is actually going to pick up a little bit. So yeah, we're going to be chilling with the Regis. Oh, actually, let me just use it for the first time. Let's slow everything down. Yeah, this is round 111, by the way, guys. We're going to need a lot more DPS. And how is everything going? Let me just move this guy back to his buffing station. And the buffing station is actually nice. Oh my god, these buffing stations I said, they're actually such a good idea. It's kind of crazy how good of an idea it was. Let's sample it up and let's do this. Actually, we can do a challenge shots mortar, which we do have the money for. It's kind of tight. The money's still tight, guys. It's round 114 and it's still kind of tight with the money. This game mode is, well, you know what, I don't want to say it's no joke, but it's like, it's not that difficult, but at the same time it's kind of fun to play. I'm gonna be honest, this is a lot of fun. One more round of farming abilities. How much money did these guys make? 113, 40, 34, and then the last one 32,000. So yeah, they've more than paid out for themselves for sure. And then the Reach of Potions have done a lot of this work. So I'm kind of glad that we did this. We got Geraldo and we enabled ourselves to farm a lot of money. If this was another hero like Quincy would have fallen off so much by this point. But Geraldo is actually still making money, and you know what he's doing? He's giving us the Jerry's Fire onto the heli. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Okay, so let's sample these guys. Let me remove the RB because I see a lot of BFBs there, and that should be it for this round. Oh my god, this mortar makes round so much easier. It's actually insane. Oh my god, let's use this sample. And let's actually, I see the farming abilities, so let's wait for them and let's rejuff. I have two rejuffs, but I'm only going to use one of them, so we got all of our cooldowns back. And we are at, oh my god, that was a lot of money. Do we buy a cripple moab? Do we have the money for it? Yes, we do. Okay, so let's get this guy like this and then move it on strong. And it's going to be around 119, so this is going to be the bad Bloons. Or is it one or is it more than one? I actually don't know. There's one for sure. Okay, so let me dark shift this guy towards the top. Let me use the glue ability so we get some damage onto this thing. Oh my god, it's not one, it's two. Okay, so we might have a little bit of an issue with this thing because I don't see the damage happening actually. I mean, it's three? What? Okay, I'm going full out with Jerry's Fires and everything that we have. Let's defeat this thing. Let's use the glue strike ability. We're gonna need to dog shift. Okay, so one of them is gone. That's good. Do we have, what are we doing? Do we sabo this thing? I think the sabo is necessary. Let me just sabo just in case. With some farming abilities going, so what are we doing? I mean, maybe we can try and do some extra damage by doing this. Do we have the money for, yeah, so a Spike Storm, and then maybe, oh no, I was gonna do a rejuff. We don't have the money for a rejuff. Let's sabo these guys, and then let's Spike Storm. Let's move it to the other buffing station, and then Spike Storm now because it came off cooldown. Very good. How much damage does this thing do? 8,000, that's fine. We're gonna take it, and it actually popped. Very good. So 3 BFBs, 3 bats actually, not 3 BFBs. And that was probably the most difficult round of this entire run. So let me move the Dark Champion back. And that's going to be it. Wow, what a run this is. I mean, look at just the towers that we have and look at how everything looks. I mean, it's all over the place and everything has a purpose. And we've been using a lot of abilities, but this was... What a fun game mode. I know that I'm celebrating as if we won, but we actually did. Because round 120 is a bunch of ZOGs, if I remember correctly. But look at this thing. So let me ask you guys something. What do you think, which tower has more pops? The Apache Prime or the Dark Champion? I vote Dark Champion, but let's just see. 2.5 million pops versus 3.2. Oh, I was wrong actually. So the more expensive tower actually got more pops. Even though, you know what, the Helipod was bought a little bit before we got the Dark Champion. It wasn't that much upgrade, but I think it got like at least a head start of a couple 100,000 pops, maybe like 200,000 pops. And let's be real, what made the difference? Jerry's Fire. I mean, let's just recognize the actual MVP of this run, but no, you know what, it has a global range, and you know it's going to do a lot of damage with these buffed up Bloons, but I do still think that the Dark Champion might be a little bit better of a tower for the money in general, but that was a great run. It was a super fun game mode, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's all over the place, this setup, and I know this isn't like the setups that we normally do, but this was an extraordinary game mode, and I really enjoyed playing it. So that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching it, and I will see you all in the next one.